Hi, and welcome to Bundori Fight Show. I'm your host, Joe Kraft, and this is my co-host, Dmitry Roshenko. Dmitry has fought in a lot of the Russian slaughter matches, and good all-around martial artist. Dmitry, you ready to get the show on the road?
Comrade, it's going to be most exciting. We have a bevy of many fighters from all across the world with different techniques and disciplines. However, this being first show, most unfortunate, I must go. I have to catch jet plane. I have special responsibilities. Papa was diplomat, because my fight name was the Noble from Chernobyl. Because, like nuclear reactor, I explode. However, my cousin, he will be coming to help with the first show.
Oh, well, thank you, Dmitry, and we'll see you at a couple of the fight scenes. And, well, why don't we take two, and we'll start with your cousin.
Good luck, fighters.
Hello, and welcome to Bundori Fight Show. I'm Joe Kraft, and this is my co-host, Nick Bocci. Nick has a brown belt in Taekwondo, a black belt in Chinese Kempo, and fought in the Russian slaughter matches. Not a lot of records from those, but a pretty tough guy.
Yes. Last time I checked, they told me I was a pretty tough guy. Thank you, Joe, for the introduction. And now let me tell you about Joe just a little bit. He is a proud owner of Kraft Kempo, a mixed martial art team fight, and he holds a few black belts in several styles. And he's actually one of the toughest guy I met. He is 17-0 as an undefeated kickboxer.
Thank you, Nick. Our goal is to have different styles fight different styles. The more pure style, the better. Even in contemporary martial arts of today, like mixed martial arts, kickboxing, they do have a certain set of skills, so we won't exclude them. But I think it'll be very interesting to see some of the old styles fighting some of the new styles. Even the ancient styles fighting each other. Passive styles, aggressive styles, military styles, and just your basic karate, kung fu, all those different styles fighting each other. I've had men tell me before that their style was unbeatable. They could never lose a fight. A lot of them guys couldn't really prove themselves because they couldn't fight under any rules in a cage or a ring or in a pit or anything like that. Therefore, we have very limited rules. And I think it's going to be interesting to put this to the test and see which style really comes out ahead and dominates.
Yes, Joe, we do have some limited rules, and actually being all over the world and fighting, a lot of places don't have any rules at all. But right now, going over the rules, here's our Bundori girl, lovely Rachel.
Thanks, Joe and Nick. The rules are fairly simple. Any clothing can be worn as long as it's not construed as an armor or weapon. Along with, the only shoe that can be worn is a thin rubber. Next, there will be no neck stomping or neck breaking, along with no stomping to the throat while they are laying down on the ground. A fight will end when a fighter yells surrender. They put their hand up and surrender. A knockout, or the ref has to stop it because one of the fighters is defenseless.
Thank you. I want to make it clear from the beginning that the fighters have voluntarily agreed to fight, and there are parts in the world that do not have laws pertaining to full contact fighting.
Yes, these fights are bloody and brutal. Please use viewer discretion.
Joe, would you be so kind to us and explain to our viewers what Bundori is?
Yes, Nick. Bundori has an ancient meaning, war trophy. In ancient Japan, when a samurai took the head of an opponent, he would put it on a board, fix it up real nice, and present it to the warlord as a war trophy, Bundori. We're here to see who gets our Bundori war trophy.
Very interesting, and I think excited too in the same time. And now we're going to explain how the competition and the fights are going to work.
Here's how the fights are going to work. We're going to start with 8 fighters from 8 different styles from all around the globe. With 8 fighters, that will make 4 fights, 4 winners. Those 4 winners will make 2 fights, equaling 2 winners. Those 2 fighters will fight for the championship. After 8 seasons, we'll have 8 champions. They will all compete for the grand championship, the true Bundori.
I'm feeling that this is going to be a very exciting show for everyone, fighters and viewers. And now we're going to tell you what kind of fights we have this season.
Yes, we have some very different styles from around the world. I think you'll be very excited to see who we're matching up this time. The first one is capoeira, dance of war, an African-Brazilian art created by African slaves from the many different tribes while in South America.
I always love the art of capoeira, but the one I'm really excited to see is called Ukrainian kickboxing. This art has very tough punches and kicks, and the fighters hit everything in sight. They toughen up their bodies up into the Ukrainian mountains. By the way, they're called Carpathians.
The next style is Gojo-ryu karate from Okinawa. Gojo-ryu means hard, soft style. It comes from the Nahate system. It combines white crane kung fu from China and some of the harder movements from Okinawa.
Another style we have is American free style wrestling. This style has throws and takedowns. The goal of this style is to pin your opponent down to the mat. I remember my grandpa used to love this style.
Next style is boxing, using jab, punches, hooks, uppercuts, overhands, and good footwork and mobility.
The next style we have, it's called Pragmatist Kung Fu. The fighters of this styles are using their fingers, knuckles, and palm to strike vital and pressure points of their opponents. This style combined with Kung Fu stances and kicks can be a very effective and deadly one.
The next style is Krav Maga, contact combat, developed in Israel and Czechoslovakia. This is used by the Israeli Special Forces and has been widely accepted through many military and police agencies. Krav Maga means threat neutralization, using defensive and offensive techniques at the same time.
The next style we have is called Hells Angels Prison Fighting. This style originated in Australia, and those boys are very, very bad boys. They use their punches, hammer fist, elbows, knees, grabbing and choking.
Choking?
Yes. The head of their opponents for a head smash. Ooh, just hurts me thinking about it.
Yeah, sounds like we got some very exciting styles, Nick. I can't wait to see some of these styles going at it with each other. I do want everyone to know that some of the fighters that we have do not want personal recognition, so we'll keep them in the shadows until it's time for them to fight. They just want to prove how good their style is. Well, now we have to choose which style is going to go against which style. Rachel, would you mind doing the honors?
Sure, Joe, I have my hat right here. The first style we have is Ukrainian kickboxing. That will be up against
That's the one you like, Nick, the Ukrainian kickboxer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Krav Maga.
Oh, military style. Now, that should be a very good fight.
Ready to go, boys?
Let's get the party started.
Before we go to the fights, Joe and Emily are going to demonstrate Krav Maga.
Krav Maga is the Israelis' Special Forces military martial art. I have Bundori girl Emily here to help me demonstrate. How you doing, Emily?
Excellent. How are you?
I am great. Krav Maga keeps things simple and easy. The last thing you want to do is have to stop and think in combat. You want to be able to react. Krav Maga can use one technique for multiple situations. And that's what we're going to demonstrate right now. Let's say Emily gives me a choke. Maybe I throw a punch. She comes at me with a club. A knife. Or even a firearm. And that's a small demonstration of the great art of Krav Maga.
Now we are going to demonstrate Ukrainian kickboxing.
Ukrainian kickboxing has many facets to their training. I have Diane, Katie, and Emily, and we're going to demonstrate the many particulars of Ukrainian kickboxing.
Weightlifting.
Besides their weight training, their sit-ups, they also use various boxing equipment, like a speed bag. They also use heavy bags. The Muay Thai heavy kick bag. And the striking bag. Ukrainian kickboxing uses Western boxing along with multiple kicks. Western boxing strikes such as a jab, a punch, straight, cross, whatever you want to call it, the hook, and an uppercut. Also in kickboxing, we have what you call a spinning back fist. Plus the multiple kicks, like in karate, your front, side, roundhouses. They can do their spinning sides, hook kicks, even spinning hooks. And you'll see a lot of those techniques from the Ukrainian kickboxer.